I believed a lawyer would fix everything. That was my mistake. When the house was sold, I still thought there was a line the law wouldn't cross. That someone, somewhere would see what had happened and say, "This isn't right." I searched for help the only way I knew how. Carefully, quietly. I didn't want revenge. I wanted restoration. The office was clean and calm, filled with certificates on the wall and books I couldn't read. The lawyer listened without interrupting. That alone gave me hope. I explained the document, the signature, the sale. I waited for the reaction. Instead, he nodded. He didn't look surprised. He asked to see the paperwork. I handed it over, watching his eyes move quickly across the pages. Too quickly. He didn't pause where I had paused, didn't stop where I had struggled. When he finished, he folded his hands and leaned back. "Sir, it seems that everything is in order," he said. That sentence landed heavier than I expected. I asked him to explain. He spoke slowly, as if explaining something basic. The power of attorney granted full authority. The transaction was legal. The sale was valid. I told him I hadn't understood what I signed. He didn't respond to that part. Instead, he explained how common this was. Standard procedure, risk management. I asked him whose interests the law protected. He didn't answer directly. He said the document protected efficiency. That word again, efficiency, as if my life were a system to be optimized. I asked if there was anything I could do. He hesitated just long enough to feel intentional. Then he said the only option would be to prove coercion or incapacity. I asked what that meant. He said it would require evidence that I wasn't mentally competent at the time. I understood the implication immediately. To combat this, I would have to prove that I was not a capable man, that the only way to regain control was to surrender dignity. I sat there, realizing the trap. The law didn't see abuse. It saw authorization. The lawyer told me he knew the attorney who had prepared the document. Spoke highly of him. Said he was very thorough. That's when I realized something I hadn't considered before. They weren't on opposite sides. They were on the same side, the system side. I asked if there was a conflict of interest. He smiled politely and said no. Everything had been disclosed. Everything was proper. I asked him if he would represent me. He paused longer this time. Then he declined. Sighed there was little chance of success. Said it would be expensive. Said it might not be worth the emotional toll. That phrase stayed with me, the emotional toll, as if losing my home hadn't already taken one. I left the office feeling smaller than when I entered. Not angry, dismissed. Outside, people walked past me without noticing. Life continued, and I realized something uncomfortable. The law didn't fail. It worked exactly as designed. It protected documents over people, authority over understanding. I wasn't betrayed by one person. I was absorbed by a process. That night, my son didn't call. No messages, no explanations. He didn't need to. The system was doing the talking now. I thought about all the trust I had placed in institutions, banks, lawyers, paper. I had believed they existed to protect people like me. I was wrong. They protected clarity on paper, not clarity of intent. And intent doesn't leave evidence. Before going to bed, I looked at the remaining documents again. They didn't look threatening. They looked ordinary. That was the worst part. Because ordinary things don't raise alarms. They just quietly take everything. If you think stories like this should be told, you can support the channel by liking this video. If you want to keep watching, subscribe to the channel. A new episode every day. Cool doesn't always mean fair.